All right, we got a new camera today, so let's try this out, see if we can solve some of our audio issues we've had with the old GoPro. I was using a Hero 6, now we've got an 11, so let's see how that goes. Hopefully no more crackling. Also, shout out Jimmy O and Front Street. Awesome shirt. If you don't watch that channel, definitely give it a like and go check out their stuff. His Japan content as of late has been really good. And then here we've got the L series I just picked up. This was out of a rear-ended crazy accident. Looked like some big truck, semi or something like that. Hit this guy in the rear. Along with that really low mileage engine, that totaled car had some really nice clean interior. So I went ahead and pulled these mint condition seats, really nice clean carpet. This one doesn't have any wear over in this corner, which is where the left foot would usually rest when you're driving in a manual. The thing is mint. I've never seen one in that good a condition. I also pulled some electronics and everything that was still good on the interior, so that car got totaled in that back corner. The passenger side, rear door, interior, rear seats, all that was demolished. But I picked everything that I could that was in really good condition, and that will be making its way onto this, and then the stuff off of this car will be making their way onto a different car. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but the door panels on this, the fabric is not in the best condition. This front one's not too bad. The ones on the rear are a little worse. They're like coming undone and unglued and whatnot. They don't look great. This car's definitely been used for a lot of utilitarian stuff. So the interior's definitely seen a beating. You can tell the seats are dirty. I have to do a nice detail on this. It's my work truck. You know, this is not just a fun car to look nice. I use this for all of my utilitarian needs, and the seats are usually folded down, and I'm using it for some sort of transport of some large item that won't fit in one of my other vehicles most of the time. So that'll be probably the first thing I do, and then something else I'm really excited about doing is this. Someone painted this with gloss black paint to match the exterior of the car, and I hate the glare that it gives while I'm driving. I have some light sensitivity going on with my eyes, and the glare is really horrible, and for me, like, that really affects me, so I'm really excited to change that out and get this to be a little bit more comfortable for me to drive, and also get the interior looking a little bit nicer. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so you can see the difference here. This is the painted black one. It's got a little bit of pearl to it. I don't know if it'll show, like a little blue area in the light here. It matches the paint on the car. This is how they come. Usually it's nice and flat. There's not a whole bunch of glare when you're driving, which is what I want. Then in here, everything is torn apart. It's just a couple of screws and then two on each side for this piece. So this one goes in like so, and that gets screwed in, and then that one goes in place right there, and it's got a couple of screws, and the other one just flips in. So I'm gonna get everything back together and take a look at it after. And there we are, nice and flat, no more glare. A lot of dash cleaned up because this thing is super dusty. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a good detail on this thing. It's been really dirty for some time. Got the wheel back on, cruise control set up, ready to go. Let's move on to the next one. All right, we got the new door panels on. They're looking really nice. We got this tool in there, and then the rear ones are no longer falling apart. See, fabric is in much better shape. So really happy about that. More stuff like that really bugs me on cars. Now I've also got all this spare interior to do something with. You might be thinking, why am I stockpiling a whole interior for a fit? Well, as I've said about this car before, it has gotten to the point where it's not a fantastic daily driver in the winter months. During the summer it's great, but I'm also wanting to turbocharge it during this off season. So to do that, I'm going to have to get a daily driver to replace my daily driver. So I think you might have an idea what that might be, but let me show you. All right, time to show you what I got. It's another Honda Fit. So let's do story time with Seb. Like I said, I was looking for a car to get me through the winter while I decommission the black Fit that I want to turbocharge and sort a bunch of little stuff that has been bugging me on that car, and just fix it up, make it nice, make it more enjoyable to drive. I want to get it away from being such a race car type of build and get it more into like a really fun street car that's a little bit capable on track. So that's what I'll be doing in the coming months. But first I need to get this thing up to par. How did I find this and why did I buy it? Well, I was looking for something to get into the winter. I would really like something all-wheel drive. I've got a bunch of B-Series Honda stuff laying around, so I thought a CR-V would be a good idea. I've also done a bunch of stuff with Subarus. Yes, head gaskets, I know. But I figured one of those would also be a good buy considering they're all-wheel drive and fairly reliable if you know what you're doing. And my buddy Matt actually was selling his for like $2 grand, but he sold it just before I told him that I was looking for one, so that deal kind of got away from me. So I was on Marketplace looking for stuff. This popped up. Dude wanted $1,500. A bunch of people jumped on it and they're like, "Oh, manual Fit, $1,500, great deal." I told him I had cash in hand and go get it next day. So my buddy Jay, whose car you'll see or maybe have seen on the channel, he picked me up. He lives in the city of Chicago. Came up to where I'm at, which is basically Illinois-Wisconsin border, and then we drove all the way to basically Iowa to Morris, Illinois. It's 125 miles from here. And by the time we got there, Jay had to leave to go to work. So I was just dropped off at dude's door with some cash in my pocket, some tools, and I guess a bit of luck. We took the car for a test drive, and it was a lot more rough than the ad said or the pictures made it look. I knew it wasn't going to be this spotless, clean car, especially for the money that I'm paying or the mileage that it's got, but it's bad. The car has basically no brakes. The interior smells like disgusting. It smells like frigging Satan's bunghole. There's not enough TP in the world to clean that up. There's mold in it. When I brought it back, I noticed that it's mouse infested because I had some snacks in the car and I left them there overnight and they were chewed up the next morning. So it's just an absolute basket case. It's got electrical gremlins. The whole interior needs to get redone. The outside's not in good shape. It's just rough. So I figured this would be a great way to make content, also save a buck, get one of these up to par, and save another manual Fit. There's not that many of them out there that are still in good shape. A lot of them are either getting crashed or just rotting away. So I figured this might be a fun way to do that. And then also, I want to try out Sunday Cup. My car is not legal for it because of a handful of modifications. It'll even be less legal for it once I add the turbo to it. And I never really wanted that car to be a race car. I want that to be a fun street car. So this will be getting the Sunday Cup treatment at some point, and we'll be trying that out before I sell the car. But let me show you inside. It's disgusting. So it's not only absolutely gross and missing body panels for the interior panels, it's also just so disgusting. I wish there was smell-o-vision because this thing, it's like something out of Anchorman. Sex Panther. It smells like Bigfoot stick. It's that bad. I don't know if you'll be able to tell how disgusting and moldy and hairy and disgusting this thing is, but oh my god, I am trying so hard not to gag. It came with a bumper that ran over a raccoon. May or may not have pieces of raccoon in it. There is mold growing on it. I don't know if you'll be able to tell all that lovely spotting on that glass. And it's disgusting. I've had this sitting outside for like 2 months. I had a mouse trap in it for a while, just to make sure any rodents aren't still making a home in it. And this is what all of my interior that I've got, all that spare stuff, will go into. I, of course, had to put a dead pedal for the way home because there was no way I was making a 125-mile drive home without a dead pedal. But everything here is getting replaced as much as I can. Everything that's carpet, the carpet itself, the seats, panels, everything will get replaced. I don't know about the headliner yet. We'll see about that. All the plastics are going to be getting a nice coat of disinfectant, probably some Clorox or something, because it's disgusting. And yeah, we'll be getting this a lot more livable than it is currently. Well, now that you've seen the inside, let's get it up on the lift, and I'll show you underneath. We got 2 shot tires. The suspension's probably garbage because it looks to still be original, and it's super crusty, and it looks like it's leaking up there. This is also really worn on the outside edges. And we look here, looks like we've got some sort of oil leaking from the back of the engine. This belt is all cracked. Everything on the accessories is super crusty. We've got a whole nice lot of gunk there, but it does have a K&N filter. We've got electrical connectors that have a bunch of buildup. I don't know if you see that corrosion right there, blew in. Motor mounts, I don't know if they're in good shape or not. It looks like we also have a transmission leak here. The brakes are absolute garbage. I'll show them to you over here. They're so bad. Like the pedal just goes to the floor and this thing hardly stops. On the way home I just have to basically downshift and use the parking brake. We've got some lovely chewed up wiring, it looks like, in here with some ghetto repair, so that's fun. This is hanging to where it can hit on the cat, so that's great. Good job whoever did that. Yeah, it's got an exhaust leak, but dealing with this is gonna be tremendously fun. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it was underneath here, like pinch welds and stuff. All of the like area on the rockers and whatnot, not too bad. When you get to the rear, it is a little bit crusty, but that's to be expected for a car of this age. In this area, rear shocks are not as terrible looking. Also, still look to be factory. Rear tires not as bad. Muffler's hanging on for dear life. There was a heat shield here that I already took off because it was rattling all over the place. You can see right there the bolt where it broke off. But yeah, got a lot of work to do on this thing, a lot of maintenance to catch up on. I haven't even tried turning the AC on yet to see how that works or doesn't work, but it does spin, so that's a good plus. Luckily, when the raccoon hit, it didn't damage anything up front, just cosmetic stuff. So let's get some wheels off and take a look. All right, got the wheels off. It looks like the calipers were seized. I took them off and tried to move stuff and it didn't work. You can see the struts here are disgusting. Cut ABS sensor, so that's fun. Previous owner definitely lied about what was wrong with the car. So love finding more broken crap. Motor mounts are completely shot, it looks like, but fear not. Oh yeah, rusty bulb. When was the last time you saw one of those? I have a slew of parts I took from that junkyard totaled fit. We got new carpet, front bumper, knuckles with ABS sensors and calipers. Excited for that. And a slew of other little bits in the appropriately named box. We've got the seats that came off of it, which are mint. The panels that were on my black car previously We've got suspension components to redo on the front, sway bar links. We've got a good bit of work to do on this thing, so let's go ahead and make a to-do list. All right, we've got make the interior not as disgusting. Maybe. Gotta get all the lighting up to par, because a lot of lighting doesn't work. We gotta do brakes. I got 2 tires to throw on. We've gotta do suspension work. We've gotta do a knuckle swap. We've gotta do all the fluids. We've gotta do all the filters. And then after all of this is done, we'll get on to some fun stuff. Well, this parts pile just keeps on growing, but I still have a couple important pieces that I'm waiting on, like the front axles, axle seals. I got a set of 8th gen front fog lights for the bumper, which I'll be making an install and how-to video for that. And I'm waiting on some filters and fluids and some other stuff to get this going. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up there and see you on the next one, where we start getting this thing a little bit more up to par, start getting all the maintenance done, knock out some valve lash, spark plugs, stuff of that nature. So thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully see you on the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Almost forgot to plug the sale going on the website from right now until end of day Monday. Everything 5% off on the website. I got a couple of these shirts with the fit design on the back of them left in stock. After that, they're gone. Everything on the site 5% off. I've got almost everything in stock. Everything else will be in about 2 weeks. Free domestic shipping on everything over $50. You can get yourself whatever you'd like, a sticker even if you just want to represent. But thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.